Hello everyone. Good morning. How are you? Am I audible? Everyone over here.
Yes, we are.
All right. Yeah, thank you. So my name is Ram, and I'm a data science trainer. So welcome first of all to the demonstration of the data science and data analytics. Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Sangram. My name is Sangram Bagari, and I am a data science trainer. I'm a machine learning engineer. I have an experience of a decade, that is 10 years. I worked in the software industry. I completed my engineering. After that, I worked in the IT industry for many years. And since few years, I'm working as a trainer. Speaking about my experience, diversified experience, I worked in a company like Accenture, HCL, HP, Cognizant, IBM, and right now I'm associated with Intel. Right now I'm working with IBM and Intel, both of them, because I'm right now working as a freelancer or data science or machine learning engineer. Okay, so this is just a small introduction about myself. So the reason for us to be here is that because we need to have an idea about what exactly this course is going to be about. Yes or no? Before we could start with the introductory part, or I can start explaining about the tool, I would like to hear it from your side, first of all. Like, why did you join the sport? Because, see, everyone's time is valuable. Everyone, you have joined, that means there's something agenda. There's a thought process behind back of your mind. That is the reason you have joined over here, right? I'd just like to hear from a few of the people. What are the expectations? Like, why did you join this session today? Because if we are meeting for the first time, we don't know each other, right? But I know, like, it's like a doctor. When you go to the doctor, right? The doctor has an idea. He has made a study. He has made his whatever the experience is. He knows that what patient is going through, right? So just by checking with the stethoscope, by checking with the nerves, right? He or she understand, doctor understand that what is the problem with you, right? But still he expects that patient to speak something so that he can get to know you, patient, much more better, right? So that is the same case. Before I could start, and if I could prescribe you something, I would like to hear it from your side firstly. If you guys can unmute yourself and speak something, right? Because it has to be an interactive one, right? If it's like one-sided one, then that's of no use. Yes, whatever, whatever. It would be great if
Okay,
I could
hi,
hear you.
hi, Ram. Okay, hi, Ram. I'm Shrija. I've been working in IT industry for past 6 years. Currently, I'm on an extended leave after maternity. So earlier, I was working with L3 support. So currently, I want to change my career path towards data analytics since I'm on leave and I have a chance to transform my career.
Great, great. So you want to start yourself. Okay, great. Okay, cool. From her, yes, yes. Anyone else would like to contribute something by saying something? It would be a great thing if you guys speak from yourself before I could start something. Yes, anyone is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi. Good
hi.
morning.
Everyone. Good morning. My name is Surendra. Currently, I'm working for healthcare industry as a senior associate manager with experience of 17 years. And now I would like to
Okay.
switch on to the data science.
Mm. Okay.
And purely, I
So,
don't
like,
have any.
yeah, yeah. Please continue, Surendra.
Yeah, purely, I don't have any further knowledge on any other tools except handling the
Ah,
PPTs and Excels.
that is what my question was. So, do you have an idea about the coding, like any of the programming language you learned, not Python, but any of the language, like during your college days, your schools, graduation, or maybe out of interest?
No.
Yeah. Surendra, mm.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
you are new to it, right? You have, like, you
yes.
could say, you like you want to learn from ABCD of the programming language.
Right, right from scratch. Correct, correct.
Great, great, thank you. See,
Right.
this is how you speak, right? Unless and until you guys don't speak, how would I come to know, right? At the last, I'm a human like you only, right? Just like you.
Correct, correct.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So I could say you're working as an associate manager, right? Okay, only two of them
Correct.
speak. Spoke. You want one or two people to speak something. Yes. Okay. Me in between, I will keep on asking, am I audible or not? So just to keep and check on my audibility part, because if we are connected with an internet medium, right? If it's in person, that's a different case. But we are connected via internet. So maybe sometimes might happen your network should drop. Sometimes my network might drop out, right? It's a very rare my network would drop because I have to take care. But I just want to know from your side, the certain after regular interval of times. Yes. So only two people have spoke, so one or two more people, if they can unmute themselves and they can have their experience shared with us, they can understand. The Paragi, if I spell pronounce anyone's name wrong, please please correct me. Santosh, Rinu, Lucky, Devana, Mani, Shashi.
Hi Ram, this is Paragi
Yes,
here. I'm
yeah, hi.
actually interested in learning this course as I have not been coding for like 4 or 5 years. So I want to go back to recent technologies. I moved back to like business architecture. Initially, I was coding, but now I was working on more on business side in a business architecture kind of roles. But in data science interests me, so I would love to learn about it, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. So you're definitely choosing a very right path for yourself. Great.
Thank you.
So any last year, welcome. To anyone else who's left, I hope my screen is visible. Meanwhile, I want one more person to speak so that before that I can start. Yeah, Santosh, do you would like to say something? Yeah, Srinu. Yeah, go ahead, Srinu. I saw you can, you have unmuted. I can't hear you, Srinu. Or is it me who is not able to hear Srinu, or everyone is not able to hear Srinu? Guys, can you hear Srinu because he's trying to speak something? Okay, not a problem. Anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, all right. See, welcome. First of all, see, whatever the course we are going to learn, right? So you might have seen the advertisement, maybe of data analytics with Power BI or data science. See, I'll talk about today. Data science is not the trends that are happening in the market, or they are not there just because it's a hype that has been taken in the market. Data science actually is the future. Now, if I ask you, if you question yourself, like you might have heard it, right? Everyone has joined the session. Maybe either they have found on themselves by on advertisement, or maybe people working in the industry, maybe relatives are there, maybe friends are there. Somehow you might have heard or you might have came across this word called the data science or data analytics, and that is the reason you're here. So let me tell you that data science is nothing but it's all about the automation. Now, if you look at the what you call as an automation, if I see like if I go to airports, right? Airports. So what happens is that nowadays there are two ways to do it. One is through manually, you go at a desk, right? You give your documents, what like your Aadhaar card, PAN card, or whatever you there, and they just ask you to stand in front of that scanner. That scanner identifies you, right? Because see, the data is already stored in a database, right? Without checking the data into the database, they're not going to allow you. So, like when you're trying to prepare a passport or whenever you're trying to prepare certain things, you are going to provide an Aadhaar card. Data is already there with this company, maybe suppose like India or AirAsia. So, what they do is that when you give your documents, you just enter the unique number, maybe passport number, maybe your Aadhaar number, and when as soon as they enter, all the details is appeared on the screen, right? And what they do is that just ask you to stand in front of the camera. So camera is a medium through which it tries to map. So not to match. It tries to map your face with particular parameters. Like what if I say parameters? Like we heard saying like your nose is same just like your dad's nose. We heard saying that your eyes are just like your mom's eyes. That is what. So it's like the database has certain features, in certain aspects, and it tries to map your face. If those gets mapped, Then and then when you're allowed, okay, sir, you can proceed ahead. So how we build the software, right? This entire thing requires a program, and that is nothing but called as a data science automation. If you talk about the other sector, now we might ask a question, so like, what is blockchain and what is cybersecurity? See, blockchain is different thing. Cybersecurity is that like you're trying to protect the data. Here you're not trying to build a software. You're trying to provide a covering. Like you know, say there's a kingdom and we have a border or a territory to that kingdom. So this cyber security or blockchain, those are nothing but the territories who are guarding that kingdom or castle. And we are the one, the data science or data analytics are nothing but who are trying to build the castle. Got it? So cyber security or blockchain or DevOps, those all comes into that different part when you build that castle. If you don't have that castle, that means you don't have that software model in a program in the data science language we call as a model. If you don't have that model, then what are you going to protect? You need to understand what is required for. It's like when you want to build a house, first thing always you require design. If I have a design, what I can do is that from one design, I can build multiple houses. Like if I want to build 50 houses, okay, done. After 50 houses, I feel like next year I want to build the similar 50 houses. So I'll just take out that print and I can build on that 50 houses. So it's nothing but design. That is called as a data science. Clear? Now there are a lot of softwares. If you look at any software, like if I want to go anywhere, you'll see there is an artificial and booming one. When you try to, a best example nowadays, I would say like GPS is there. A lot of people don't know GPS about. So when I try to enter a venue, like a starting point and destination, I don't have to insert anything. I don't have to insert the shortest route. I don't have to insert some of few things. What machine does, the software is there already. So what that machine does is that he'll just check with current location and destination, and with this his own algorithm. That is what we have decided. That the computer was a boon that was given by an Almighty. We have programmed, we have coded in such a way that as soon as I enter that destination, so machine has to do the work. That what he himself has to find the shortest path, he himself has to find the obstacles, crowd, whatever is there, and I it should show me within few seconds. So that's what you require computational power. Now, computational power is nothing but it's like a now when I'm trying to tell you in simple words, just to break down in simple words, when I'm trying to find something on the internet, like if I try like as soon as I enter what is data science and I hit enter, the Google presents me whatever the material is there in front of me. Now that whatever the amount is required is done with the help of internet speed. In a similar way, when you enter something on the Google map, within few minutes, seconds, not minutes, within few seconds, it's computational power because it has to connect with a certain server. There has to be a certain database. Right? So within that, what will happen? It will connect through that it will process the information and be able to the destination. Okay, this is the right path we need to travel, which has been shown in a B mark. Okay, so before we could no, yeah, Lucky, I can see you have raised your hand. So, like, you want to say something, or it's like it was by mistake? Right, am I audible? No, I just want to know that am I audible to you or not? Uh, Rija, Surinder, Paragi. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, all right. So I'm lucky you have raised your hand, right? I can see you have raised your hand, right? So should I continue or speaking or you want to ask something? Okay, your voice was breaking. Now it's okay. Santosh has left. Okay, all right. My voice is audible. That's what I said. Okay, still is it cracking? Still is it cracking? Right, just once again. Okay, Surinder said yes. Okay, let me check. Now, all right. Now it's okay. All right. So today, I'll just make sure once again, I'll check with the internet, maybe something's problem. So like, if there's a problem, I'll try to switch the internet. All right, so I was trying to explain so that there are different examples. If we talk about the face recognition, or you talk about the GPS, or you can heard about this cars called as a self-driven car, which are like fast-driven, self-driven, which don't require any humans involved in it. Or that if you drive your cars, you might come in India. I'm talking about if you're in from India or maybe in US as well. So there are tolls right at a certain point. So when you drive through highways. So earlier in India, what we had is that we had laborer, we had a workers working over there. So we had to give them amount, whatever. If it's like 250 rupees, so we have to give that 250 rupees to that person. He used to make an entry, okay, whatever the car number is like, okay, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he used to give us a change, and then we have to drive our car ahead. Right? If you look at it, that's like lakhs of thousands of cars that drive through that particular location, to particular path. Imagine if one person who doesn't have a change, right? If I don't have a change, I give 300 rupees, and he also doesn't have the change. We cannot just take the car aside and we have to wait unless until he doesn't give us the change, right? So then we have to pay through UPI. Of base. Imagine if one car is taking almost 1 minute to make that payment, right? And there are like thousands of cars that are going that have been driven through that path. Every car, so if my number is at 100 number, right? And then in front of me there are 99 cars. But what if I calculate 1 minute per average for one car? I have to meet, no, I have to wait 100 minutes. That is almost like 2 hours just to cross that toll road. What is toll? Toll is like left thing paying like a duty, a road duty that you're traveling for this path. But nowadays, what has happened is that due to this fast tag, right? You have a fast tag attached with your number. What you do is that you just bring your car to the same place that you used to do few years ago. Now, what happened is that there's a scanner that is called an RFID, right? Which we see in the marks. That is an RFID, that like an X-ray in a simpler words. What it does is that you just need to bring your item or your goods in front of that. It will scan and it will show on the computer screen. Okay, this is your items. This is the quantity and this is the price. In the same way, what FastTag has done is that when you need to bring your car in front of it, in just point of goods or services, it's been replaced by a car. You bring your car, the scanner scans your car number, vehicle number, and it's checked with the database within a few seconds, and it appears in front of the screen. So one unique word is just 12 or 10% graduate boy or a girl who just understand a computer. Okay, she will check with the screen. Okay, the number has appeared, the amount has been deducted, automatically the barrier gets opened and you need to pass. So now how many seconds if I calculate, if I try to check multiple times, it hardly takes, if there is a good computational power, if that scanner is working very properly, it hardly takes 5 to 7 seconds. Hardly I'm saying. It takes 5 to 7 seconds to scan your number, to deduct your amount, and you're just good to go. Imagine how much time it has reduced from 1 minute to 5 seconds. So within 1 minute, it was taking 1 minute on an average to travel one car. Even if I calculate on the average of 10 seconds maximum, so now within 1 minute, now we are able to travel 6 cars. And if you look at it, humans don't have a patience. The nature of human is that humans are very impatient because you imagine I'm trying to watch something on YouTube. Even look at it. Now we are not able to hear. So it's like not able to hear. So you're not audible. You're not audible. You're not audible. It's the nature of human. What people want, what humans want, efficient thing, easy thing, comfort thing. To build that thing, what you require is a data science. If you look at it, what data science, if you divide it into two different words, it's all like data that you get it, right? Wherever you go, you enter something, credentials, and that has to do that data, we are applying a science on it. And science is nothing but called as an invention. So what we're trying to do is that data science is nothing but invention of the new. So that is a data science. So if you look at it, if I say after the 15 years, maybe 2035, 40, you will see the cars flying in the air. You might laugh at me now, but I am saying in 2040, I guarantee you, you'll see not plane is the only object that will be flying in the air, but you will be able to see that cars are also flying in the air. You might laugh at 2024, but I guarantee you, if you and me are alive, hope so, to 2040, you will be able to say that what I said 15 years ago is truly, truly true. That will happen. But this all the thing requires a data science. Science is nothing but all about inventions. It's all about discovery. Got it? So that is what we're doing in the data science. So please understand nowadays, if you look at IBM, I'm working with, IBM has suggested that in upcoming 2030, that is in the upcoming next 5 years, 75% of the people would be required who is able to perform the works on the data analytics and now if we talk about the data analytics, now let's another part. It's a subset of a data science. I'll explain in a minute or two. So what data set analytics is, I told you, and data science, it's very clear. It's all about inventions and discoveries on the data that you get. Now, what is data analytics? Now, suppose if I'm running a business, maybe I'm an example, I'm running a shopping mall, right? And we know what is shopping mall. Example like Walmart, and we talk about Big Bazaar, like DMart. So I go, earlier I used to buy groceries from a retailer shop. Then I need to buy some deodorants or something. I had to go to this cosmetic shop. And I wanted to buy some clothes. I had to go to this people who sold clothes. What happening is that if I want to buy the things, I have to go to the different shop. Maybe example, like as I said, if I want to buy clothes, I need to go to the clothing store. If I want to buy groceries, I go to the retailer shop and so on. Now, what these people have done is that they bought every single items, whatever the usable items, under one roof, like this Walmart or Big Bazaar. Now, what I do is that I go to this people, I go to the shop, right, called as a Big Bazaar or Walmart. You heard about you, right? I hope first I just want to know, you have been to this shopping malls, right? Where you find all those items, whatever the daily necessities under one roof, right? Walmart or Big Bazaar and DMart. Have you at least heard about it? Yes or no? Have you guys heard about it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, okay. Mention the name that you have been to, like you have been to Walmart or you've been to Big Bazaar or DMart. Which one you have been to?
Walmart.
Okay, Walmart you've been to. Okay, great. Apart from Paragi, what about the rest? Where you guys been to? So
DMart
that
and
means what?
Big
Now, yes, ma'am. Tell me, where you been to?
DMart and Big Bazaar.
Okay, Demand. Great. Okay, Surendra sir, where you been?
Yeah,
Money,
yeah,
Satish, where?
Reliance and DMart.
Okay, great. Reliance and Demand. So then, if you see now, what happened is that I used to see like it's a wastage of time. First of all, it's a wastage of time to find the needs, and second thing, what is happening is that I need to find a different places to buy this different thing. So if nowadays we don't have that amount of a time. Earlier it was 24 hours, right? The things are not globalized. Now also we have 24 hours, but the things are moving at a rocket speed. If I'm moving, I'm taking turtle toes. Turtle toes, if I'm being very slow nowadays, I'll be out of the race. Now I need to be rabbit. I need to be very fast. The only bullet train should not be fast. I also have to be fast. So what I do is that I found a night. This is what I have. Then I went to Mark and I bought the groceries, whatever I was looking. And I tried to explore the PC, what is there in there. And I went to the another floor. It was mentioned that if you want to buy this cosmetics, you go to the first floor. And when I went to first floor, I bought those cosmetics, right? Whatever the deodorants, whatever brushes I want, the things. On the first floor, it was done. If you want to buy the clothing, it's available on the second floor. I said, very good. So it's saving my time. I went to second floor and I bought the stuff. And when I came down, so I had to make a billing. Now what happened is that first it saved my time. It saved a lot of the energy to find out the same items what I was looking for. Right. Now if you look at it, now what happened is that when you're trying to have the goods under one roof, example like Walmart or DMart or Alibaba, or Amazon, how on what basis they keep that goods? Now, if you look at it, if I want to buy an example, I'll try to explain with example. If I want to buy biscuit, right? So there are a lot of companies that manufacture or produce biscuits. Example, Britannia. Example, Parle. Example, Patanjali, and there are many more. Now, how does this company, this DMart or Walmart, understand which biscuit we should include into our store? And then they're running a business, right? And if they want to grow the business, we humans, we data analytics, data analysts, we call it, have to provide a solution that what should be included into your businesses and what should be excluded or what should be discarded from the businesses. So how do we do that? So what happened is that when you make a bill, right, it's all been entered into the computer through a scanner, okay, and the data goes into a server, particular database, right? And now what these people have done is that they have hired a data analytics like you and me. So what these people do is that they take that data from the repository. Repository is nothing like, no, we can say it's like a, what do you say? It's a storage. It's just like a warehouse. From there, they take this database, whatever they've received weekly, monthly, and we working in the Walmart, we working in the Reliance, Geo, we working there. What we do is that we have a tool. That is what we are going to learn. What tools? One is programming language called Python, then SQL, then Power BI. I'll tell you, explain you through when it comes to the syllabus. Try to understand what exactly the things are. What we do is that with the modern day, nowadays, the things are very good that we don't have to put a lot of efforts. Everything is available. It's just if you are smart like Birbal, you just need to know how to make the best use of it. So this is what I'm saying. This is not Homo sapiens days, or this is not an old days that where you need to do the things every single thing. It's a modern day. What you need to do is that everything is available. It's instant there. People just know how to make the best use of it. If you know how to make the best of use of it, definitely you're going to grow very quickly and fastly in your career. Okay, not in just career, in any life. So now what they do is that they use this tool to identify what items they should include into this mall and what should be discarded. Now, if you look at it, when you go to this mall, when the biscuits are arranged or whatever stuff is arranged, it is arranged in a racks. There is like a level one, level two, level three, level four. If you see a human psychology picks up those items which is no, it's available in front of his own eyesight. If the items are below his eyesight, he doesn't want to bend. And if it's above its height, person doesn't want to lift his toe, don't want to be on the toe. What exactly you buy? You buy the items that are available in front of the eyesight. Make sure that items to be there at the right position. They have to do a data analysis on the basis of the billings they have received. We do the billing. That is the data that goes to the data analytics. That is a hierarchy I'm talking about, flowchart. These people work on the data analysis and they tell this owner of Walmart or Reliance like Ambani, sir, you should include Britannia biscuit because it's the most sold product. Second, you need to include a cream biscuit apart from the rest of the biscuit. Good. And within that cream biscuit, you need to include a chocolate flavor. So if you're trying to spend some amount on Parle-G, so do not invest that Parle-G because definitely it's a biscuit. It has an expiry date. And see, this company will not buy that product again, right? It is your skill. How do you sell it? If it's not been sold, company has nothing to do with it, right? You picked up those things. It's not nothing to do with us. So what they'll do is that, so if you're not being able to sell, then it's lost. So what they'll sell is, so instead of putting that money on Parle-G, you buy an extra no box or carton of biscuits of Britannia, which is the chocolate one. Because I can see these people who are coming to the customer, they are buying this product and it's been most sold. And this is how you work on this thing. And then what they do is that they will buy the biscuits of chocolate Britannia and they keep it at that position. And they discard this Parle. But this all who's required is not a financial analyst, not a market strategist, no other person, purely and purely data analyst. If you look at nowadays, if you look at today's generation, I tell you, if you look, just rotate your neck or you just take a tour around your area, you will find within an area. I'm not talking about this entire country or the entire world. You just take a tour of your area, you will find there are like 1,000 businesses running in comparison to 20 or maybe 20 years ago, 2000. If I look at 2000, there were hardly few businesses that were running in the market. And if I look at 2020, within 20, I'll see the businesses have grown more than 200 times. What these people say, there's a lot of competition. People are ready to pay in millions, not millions. But what they require is that just they require the right solution that how do I grow a business. So here the consultant will not come into the play. Here the no advocate, no advisor will come into play. Here the role of data analyst, because if you are not having a data, you will not be able to understand what people are trying to purchase, what people are trying to neglect, people are trying to include into their cart, and what they are trying to discard from the cart. We all require data. So that is what comes into data. I'm telling you now, if the business has grown 200 times in 20 years, I guarantee in next 30, because see, there are a lot of things happening. If you know, in India in 2036, in 2036, there's going to be an Olympics in India. And now, if you look at it, Gujarat, in Ahmedabad, in 2036, so in 15
No,
years, there's going to be an Olympics. And Olympics is a very
कुछ खराब नहीं है
event that takes place,
तेल
right?
वगैरह
So what happening is that a lot of engineers are required who can tell them how do you conduct this Olympics, because a lot of technologies are going to be there, and almost like it's been predicted, almost 2 lakhs or more than 2 lakhs jobs have been required in the data science field itself just to run that particular field. So imagine how much it is required. And I'm saying it's not the trends in the future. It's all the future. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, there's all the future. You will see a lot of things are going to be automation. And as I said in 2040, if someone will laugh at me, definitely I will definitely clap and applaud that person, because Steve Jobs said the same thing in 1995. After 15 years, like 2 or 10 years, people will have a device or gadget where you will be able to connect one person to the another person. He didn't know that has to be called as a phone. He didn't know what should be the name. And he said there is a device. And there were like 120 members in that meeting, and those 120 members laughed at him, saying that what he's talking about. And if you look at it in 2005 or 2006, iPhone 5 was launched, and look at 2024, that phone is the most sold electronic gadget. That is, iPhone is the most sold electronic gadget in all the electronic gadgets. The person who they laughed at, now even those people might be using their products. That is what you need to know, that what is the vision. Data science and data analytics are not future, I'm saying, not the trends. They are the future. If you're in data science today, then definitely in 2 years or 3 years experience, I have seen people growing from rags to riches. What I'm saying is that I've seen people growing from 0 to 100 within few years of this thing. Even just if you learn Power BI, I've seen people earning a package of like 30, 35 lakhs. And Power BI is nothing but a tool, and it's an upgraded version of Excel. So imagine, it's an upgraded version of Excel. Who thought that Excel can even give a package of 30 lakhs, right? And if a hard-coded programmer, if I'm hard-coded programmer who started learning programming, coding, and it took like few years, and if the kids were just learning this tool and they're coming and they're interested, they're learning this thing, means there is a huge demand of it. Clear? Got it? What exactly? So I'll scroll to the syllabus. So you can see that. So you are able to see the syllabus. It's like the same thing. So what we have is a programming language called as a Python. Right. So where we have this installation part, where we have a setup part, how do we install the software's environment? Because if you're going to use or trying to program, we need a platform, we need an environment where we can code easily and we can generate an output. From there, one layer like A, B, C, D, and zero. If you're new, if you're known to the sector, it's good. If you're not known, still it will be like the A, B, C, D of the programming language. Even if you're like newborn baby, still, I'll consider everyone, no matter you're an experienced or you're a fresher, still it will be like kind of person who's going to learn it from the scratch. It is zero, one, two, three. That is what I said, ABCD of the programming language. So this is what we are going to have. Just have a look at it. It will be shared this part. So the word first we'll start with the programming language, because if you want to sustain yourself into the IT sector, you need to know one programming language. See, tools come and go, but the this what do you say, the principles or the traditional way in the IT industry, it remains the same. So we are going to start with the Python, then we'll go to this SQL database language. So I'm talking about this hierarchy, what we are going to learn. I'm just trying to scroll it out. We'll receive this syllabus so that you can have you can have it with you and you can understand. And then once we are done with this big database language, once it's Python and then SQL, then we'll move to this data analytics part. There are a few libraries that would require for the mathematical purpose, like whatever there. So it will be shared in the screen, will be shared in the syllabus. So you just go through it, and this entire would require a duration of 4 to 5 months. Okay, this is what you're going to learn. So do you have any questions meanwhile? Okay. I just want to know, have you heard about Power BI? Power BI. Have you guys heard about Power BI?
Yes.
Yes. So who is the competitor to Power BI? Let me show you. The tool,
Tableau.
visualization tool, which we are going to use is the Power BI. The reason behind is why, I'll tell you. Just let me open my Go. Yeah, please, Surendra, tell me. Just
I
tell
think
me.
it's a
I'm listening
Tableau.
to you. It's a Tableau, right?
Oh,
Yes, yes, it's Tableau. Okay, great. So I'll just show you something on the screen. So the reason to Let me present. People always think that, okay, let's have an idea. It's not today. Let me try tomorrow. So people just think about tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. So look at it. Why we are going to have a Power BI? This is what you can see. But I hope my screen is visible. Is it visible? Is my
Yes, it's
screen
visible.
visible? Yeah. So you can see this Power BI written over here. So search terms. So this is nothing but a Google Trends. On the Google Trends, whatever you try to insert, you'll be able to find the trends that are happening in the market. What is the situation of that particular thing on the market? See, we are analysts, but we need to have an eye on the market. What is there in the market? We can see a Power BI. You can see this are like a line graph. Through that, which you can identify what is the scope of Power BI today in the market. Okay. So if you can see past day, there's a criteria over here, past day. So instead of past day, what I'll do is that I'll check with recent 5 years. Right? Can I study Power BI or should I go with the Tableau? So let's check with the Power BI first, last 5 years. You look at it, March 2019, the interest was like 25, like percentage, talking about the percentage. So it was like 25% people were interested in learning Power BI. How many? 25. In 2019, I'm saying, see, everything is in present of you. I don't believe in the false commitment. I don't believe in the false thing. Whatever is there, it should be presentable and it should be there for the benefit of the people who are trying to invest something into that. Right. So look at it. See, this is what the graph of 19, right? Is it visible? I want to know from everyone, guys, is it visible? Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see that line graph which I've shown you? I'm trying to show you on the screen. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Okay, but you're the only one who's saying yes, yes. You want to know it from the rest of the others, right? Like, I
Yes,
hope
sir, it's
I'm
okay.
audible to everyone and you're able to say. Great. See,
Yes, sir.
because see, you're here because you're trying to learn something. You are here because you want to enhance your career. If you try to be quiet, your problems will never be solved. You're here, right? It's not any chargeable session, right? It's not a chargeable. But unless and they try to find out what exactly, I'm telling you, it's a future. No other. You whatever you have spent your experience like 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, you just have to spend a 2 years of experience in this industry, and I'll show you this will give you such a career growth that you yourself never believed that I had such a potential. Imagine. Look at it. In 2019, it was like 25% believe that I need to use this tool. And look at this 2023, 24 now. So look at it. It's almost 100%. That means 2019, that is 20, 21, 22, 23. Not even 5 years. 2014 has just begun. In 4 years, this thing has grown like 4 times. 4 times. That means how much demand? And it's like a stock market, right? You hardly see the things which have grown from 25 to 100 will hardly have a drop down. Even if you have a drop down, how far, how much it will have? It will have a like drop down of 5%, 10%, 25%. But it will not have a drop down of like 25 because see, Power BI is a tool by Microsoft. And we know who is the chairperson or who is he was the person who holds the record. He's the only person who holds the record of being the richest person more than 5 times. Like a lot of people, like Jeff Bezos, they came, they gone. Musk, I'm not trying to criticize, but I'm telling you, consistency and persistence is also kind of a thing. Look at it. Right, so Bill Gates. And now if I try to compare with this Tableau, let's check with the Tableau, which is by Google. Right, let me see who is popular. So see, at the end, if I'm trying to invest my energy, not then money, money is not, you can earn it. If you're trying to invest your time and energy, that will not going to come back. Now, whatever the time I'm trying to spend will not come back. Mhm. If you look at it, this is a comparison. So let me remove this one. Let me check Tableau. So look at it. It started with 25, the same one, right? 5 years ago. And look at it now. It has reached 100 in 2022. But see, look at it. It has not even reached the 75%. This is what I'm doing in India. Let me change. This is my country. If I make it America, let's change from to developed one. Okay. Let's check. If I say United States, see, it's 50%. This is all of Tableau. If you look at it, Tableau. What is the growth of Tableau? If I say Power BI, in United States, you'll see that is the blue one. So let me remove this part. To look at it. In the United States, to look at it. It's growing exponentially. It's like more than 50%. It's like 100%. If you look at this graph from 2023, it's growing very huge, right? So look at it. So if I say worldwide also, that is going to be the same. To look at it worldwide. This is growing like 100%. And if you see Power BI, sorry, if you see, what is that? Tableau. So that is what Tableau is. Did I write wrong spelling? Tableau. So look at it. Now let me make it like past 12 months. Drop down. So if you look at this tool which we need to use, so Power BI why suggest because see it's by Microsoft, and I always try to make sure that we need to use that tool which has a very good growth. Right? This I have made it like past 12 months. Let's make it past 5 years. So see, 90 days or 1 year you'll not be able to see. It's like 100%. Look at it, the growth. It's 100%. Right. So that is what this we are going to have right now into this syllabus. Okay. So any questions still here so far? You can check it on your side as well. It's not that my side. You have this link called as a Google Trends. You can see and go and Google this and try to find anything. So here is like Google Trend. I search like Power BI if I want to check Power BI. And if you look at this Python, right? So Python is a very popular language. You can check anything. It's like a past day. Change it to like past 5 years comparison. Look at it. It started at 2020, 25% or 20, around like mid of 20 and 50. Now see where it has grown. And it has grown tremendously. This was like Python. It has grown tremendously. Right? So see, it's showing in the live graph as well. 88%. If I drop it like 54%. So you can see a lot of things happening up and down. So this is very popular language. And see, if you're talking about machine learning or you're talking about any of the courses, it's not that no, it is available, it is God gifted and it is there. You just need to use that. No, no, we have to build something. We have to develop. We have to code it. And into IT industry, no matter how much tool, it's like an encapsulation. Encapsulation means that things, whatever happens behind, it is not visible to you, right? But some things you have to do it by coding. You need to know what exactly you're doing. Okay. So if you want to be in IT industry, no matter how many tools, see, this is what I experienced. I'm speaking about which I saw throughout my career that I have seen a lot of tools coming and going, a lot of softwares going coming. But what I have seen, the essence or the at the traditional level or thing, or I could say at the ground level, that everything, whatever the tools came, whatever the software came, what I've seen is that one thing that has not changed is the programming language. Is a programming language. So we need a programming language if you want to be in IT industry. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, Harsha.
See, there are a lot of jobs available. There are more things available. I'll try to show you tomorrow some few of the things and we can start step by step. So first trying to understand what exactly I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give an overview. And speaking about the jobs, I have no, you can see whatever you have done, you're here. It's not that you have not made your own studies, you have not made your own R&D, that is research and development. You have done a little bit of analysis, you have done a little bit of study, you have done figure out like what are the things, etc. On that basis, only you are here. I'm telling you, apart from this data science, if you look at any other courses which gives a good job, I have not seen such a huge opportunities and huge growth in any of the sectors. I'm just into that sector. That doesn't mean that there is that. It's like I was also from the different sector. I was working on the .NET. Then what is .NET? It's the same IT industry. I never changed to my sector. I'm not from another one. I'm just saying the technology with the time because earlier the technology was different. So when I worked for those years till that, when I came into this thing, whatever that took me to no reach at that point, it just gave me within a year or two. That is a huge growth that this field has given. And this is going to be there. At least if you're going to be there for next 30, 40 years in the working industry, in the IT industry, apart from this, there's no future. Definitely. So it's the same thing. Whatever the next other things come, other technologies come, other domain, they are just like a boundaries, they're territories, right? Which are trying to protect that castle. If you don't have the castle, what are you going to protect it? So it's the same thing if you need to build a castle first. And we are the one who's going to build the castle. If you're building castle, then you're creating an opportunity to those people who are going to protect that. It's not they are giving us an opportunity. We are the one who are creating the jobs to them as well. Clear? Got it? So maybe you never know. It's just like if you're good being a good data analyst, you might be start your own business because if you're able to know how to do an analysis on someone else's business, and if you know how the skills how to build your own business, then you know what can be the best thing apart from this then. Got it? So hope I just before we could wrap up for the session, I just want to hear from your side. Do you have any questions, any doubts, etc. See, on it's like a demo. It's an introduction, right? If you might have, sir, I still am unclear. I don't have an idea. It's unaware. You start attending the regular sessions. Unless and you don't have the regular sessions, so you don't get a rhythm. It's not clear, right? If it's clear from the teaser, it's the you think that okay, I can understand what is movie. It's not never the case. Right? Some things are very different when you try to see on a bigger, no, on a screen every day, regularly, Monday to Friday. It's a weekdays, Monday to Friday, regularly, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Apart from that, any questions?
So, do we get any hands-on for all these trainings?
Yes. It's a hands-on only. It's a totally purely hand-based on the real assignments and on the uh, project-based. It's not going to be a theoretical one. Everything would be done practically only. Like I am going to show you practically how do you code. I'm not going to present you any PPTs. I'm going to explain you. I'm going to code it and I'm going to show you. Because if you're going to be into the IT industry, you need to know coding, right? We are not here to just talk about the theoreticals.
Okay, so do we
Oh,
get any real-time projects to be done?
yes, ma'am. See, now if you look at topics, like if we are done with any of, for example, data type. After completion of data types, what we're going to have is an assignments. So after completion of every topics, we are going to have an assignments, and after completion of major topics, we are going to have a capstone project. So projects are nothing but a real-time experience. All right. So I myself, I'm also going to go do it and I show it to you. And you yourself has to do it. You'll be given, you get this recorded sessions, you get the assignments, you get the project. So everything would be done on a practical basis. So not more than theoretical base, it will be a practical one. Yes, yes. That is the best part. That is what the online medium has given it to us. So in the offline, we don't have that facility, right? If you miss out on anyone, even if you want to, even if you didn't miss, you want to just have a check of what was taught on that day. You want to have an access to even have an access after 6 months also. Yes. It's online. It's online. It's purely on the basis of internet, through internet only. You can unmute yourself, guys. You can unmute yourself instead of just trying to text. You can just unmute yourself and ask me whatever quickly. Like Paragi had few questions, Lucky had few questions, Surendra, you had a few questions. Just like Srija unmute herself and she asked me like, okay, capstone project. Yes, definitely we are going to work on the capstone projects on you are going to work on assignments only. We're not going to have a theoretical. So when I'm going to do something, I'm going to explain you on that environment by coding it, not just trying to explain, okay, so okay, this is the presentation and this is what. I'm going to explain it to you by doing it here in coding. Yeah, Lucky, unmute yourself, Surendra, Sai, Nilima, Paragi, unmute yourself. Rija, any other questions? Any other doubts?
One question which I have is, Ram, before we go through this Power BI, do I need to go through any coding or something?
No, nothing. That is what. See, if you are going to a certain thing, then what is the role of mind? Right? There's
Yes.
no role of
Yeah.
mind. You got my point. You
Yeah.
see, if you know, now suppose you know it, right? And if I was student, if I know something, still I'll consider on the same page, right? It's like some when some people, students go, right? The kids go into the junior KG, right? Some mothers teach their kids what is ABCD, and then they go to school. And some teachers, then some mothers doesn't teach anything and just put their kids into the schools. But the teacher, right? What teacher does is that kid has learned from his mother or is not. Still, she'll teach ABCD only.
Right, right.
Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need to have any practical experience. You don't want to know. Only the thing is that, see, what I have seen is that raw material, raw brains learn very quickly in compared to the brains which are already trained. When you go to the company, you'll see that people don't know. People think that the experienced ones are getting a job. That's not the case. More than experienced one, the freshers are getting a job. Reason is that because the fresh brains can be trained very quickly because they're raw. They don't have any idea. They don't have any experience. Whatever you try to put into their brain or whatever you try to shape, quickly get acquainted with it. You learn very
Absolutely.
quickly. If an experienced person, it's very tough because you have to mold them in a very different ways. Right? That is a tough job. Yes. Okay. Now I hope it's clear to you. So not to worry. Whatever, but one thing is that see, practice makes man perfect. You have to practice on regular basis. Whatever I'll train you on a regular day. If you miss it out, then definitely, no matter how you learn it from me or you learn it from Harvard or Oxford, you'll still not be able to learn if you don't practice.
Yeah, sure, sure. Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then, Paragi, Nilima, Satish, Sai, Lucky, quickly, guys, a minute.
No, it was a good information and looking forward to this
Hmm.
class. Thank you.
Great, great. Sure, sure. Thank you. See, unless and until you don't proceed, unless you don't join the regular session, you'll not be able to understand. Just through the one session, if it was very clear, then there would be a different ways perception. Yeah, that is what I'm doing. The same thing. It's a WFH only. That is what I'm doing. We got this nowadays. We don't have this infrastructure. My company sold all the infrastructure, and they told me that you buy a desk, you buy a chair, and you start working. Okay. All right. So I think we don't have any other further questions. Or do we have any questions left? Yes, Maragi, tell me.
No, no, I'm good, good. Sorry, it's unmuted
Okay, okay.
automatically.
Great. See,
Thank
what I
you.
would request is that to whoever has attended, apart who people have spoke, apart from them, the rest of them try to join the radio stations. Unless until you don't join, you'll not be able to have a clear idea. Much more, right? To put a lot of not just a torch, but to put mercury onto that thing. No, no, let's start doing it on regular days from tomorrow, and then the picture will be very much clear. Okay. Apart from these four people. So it depends. It's all about situational. I cannot tell how frequently. It depends upon the project. It depends upon. Yes, yes, I am. I am. But it depends upon the requirement, right? If you're not needed, there's a department who takes care of development, who takes care of marketing, who takes care of the client. So we are not only one who's working, right? So there are different. It depends upon the clients, and it depends upon all the lot of factors. Okay, so I hope we'll stop over here. Okay, and then if you don't have any questions, you can just let me know. So apart from that, do you have a number? Okay, what I want to do is that give me a second. So I'll paste you one number. Okay, so try to connect with this number, right? This is number. Please, I'll text you over here. So in the chat box, please find that number. Has everyone received that number? 96525. Please just save with the code that is +91 and try to just try to your that you have attended this session so that I have a clear idea with your name. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can speak on this number, right, personally, so that we'll resolve your whole queries. People are shy with teams, so it seems like they're introvert, they don't feel to speak out, they have a question and doubt, but they want to speak personally. So this is the number. Try to connect with this number and just let me know. Okay, so let's stop over here and let's meet tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. Is that okay? Yeah, welcome, Lucky. I didn't hear you a word, but tomorrow I hope you try to no be on a mic so that I can hear your voice as well, Lucky. Okay, great. So let's wrap up and let's meet tomorrow. Rija, Surendra, Shashi, Devna. Okay, all right. Hello. Yes, yes. Oh, all right. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, bye bye. And try to contact on this number, so whatever the doubts are there. Okay, all right.